Good day, everyone. This is Wisdom Hunter with EPINNA'S Whole Body Restorations. Restoring the whole body. Uh, and I was going to start that over, but I'm not. It is what it is. But I hope that we're waking up. We're grand rising, giving thanks to the Most High for another day to walk this earth, to roll if you're in a wheelchair. I've been there. To hop, to crawl, to whatever. And I was making up some, I was going to introduce olive oil and infused with coconut seeds. I'm sorry, watermelon seeds. And I started thinking, and this is when I do most of my thinking. And when I started this company, it was EPINNA'S Bath and Body Products. And then once I started thinking about it, I was like, no, because it has to be whole body. For the simple fact that we can have skin issues, hair issues, but a lot of that can stem from what we're putting into our bodies. And that can be what we're putting into our minds and what we're physically eating, taking in, drinking, things of that nature. So it's a whole body restoration. What some don't know, some years ago, I had a talk show, and it was wisdom speaking up and out. And I've always spoke up on issues within what they call us, the Black community, the African American community, the colored community, the Negro community. We've had so many bywords and labels, which are bywords. If you were scripturally learned, you will know that it was prophesied that we would be called bywords. We will forget the lands that we come from. We will forget our languages, And for the most part, we're the same people from the Caribbeans to the United States, to the diaspora, to Africa. And we need to understand that we have some of the same bloodlines, but they've caused such a great divide. And why I'm thinking about this is because I've received several text messages, chats, phone calls, and people wanting to know my thought on Charlie Kirk. And as I say, when I'm working, I don't know if it's that I'm dealing with natural, substances that I go into deep thought. And I was thinking on it this morning, my thoughts on Charlie Kirk. Actually, again, if we're scripturally learned, we would know that everything is by the will of the Most High. So Charlie Kirk was here to do his part in all of this, and of course his side thinks he was God sent, because he was speaking what their truths and what they wanted to hear, what they needed to hear, and I'm speaking our truths and what we need to hear as a nation of people because we are a nation, and we're a nation within a nation. We're in a state of captivity. Even though they give you all these freedoms, you're not free. You know, freedom and anything that is given, and when I say given, passed through their legislator, through their Senate, through their governments, just as they give it to you, they can take it back. And to me, we are given little bones here and there. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then they take it back. Civil rights, everybody's piggyback on it. Affirmative action, DEI. It's nothing that is gonna be cemented and say this is for this group of people. Everybody has their ideas of, we as a community, a lot of us think, as far as history, I'm not going to say a lie, but some of us don't know who we were before slavery. Where did we come from? Who were our forefathers? Because 9 chances out of 10, they know their lineage. And 9 chances out of 10, they can take their lineage all the way back to the scriptures. And the scriptures is very important. Serving the Most High is very important on this earth. You know, a lot of people are waking up spiritually. I'm not saying religion. Religion is man-made. Their churches, for the most part, are of course, man-made with the brick and mortar. But the ideology of it is man-made. And we have to protect our minds when it comes to these um, organizations. Because when you really break it down and look at it, that's what a lot of them are. You know, especially when after you've researched and you've learned what was meant to be hidden from us, which is why they didn't want us to read in the beginning. I mean, think about it. And this is just something to think about. Why is it something that was our ancestors were beaten, hanged, unalived, to read, to want to learn, to read the English language, to read books? And depending on where we are, where we were, yeah, it was against the law. It was we were killed because of it. And now we are paying to learn it. We're going into debt, to man's debt to learn it, in the form of taking out student loans, getting grants. We're paying for man's knowledge now when it was forbidden at one time. I mean, just think about how they flip things, and we fall right on in line to whatever they give us. And we need to stop doing that. We need to come together as that nation of people. To be honest, it's a time for us to come together. not bicker and fight, not wanting what the next person have, not living out man's dreams, uh, telling you what can make you happy, and start knowing what will make you happy, what was meant to make you happy. We are here to exist and only to exist. If we've had If it was up to each individual, I don't think they would be doing what they are doing. You know what I'm saying? If we had access to land and everything of this nature, we had access to our own. A lot of us probably wouldn't be doing the line of work we're doing or going to the schools we're doing. We would be following if we wasn't under oppression. Let me put it like that. If we wasn't under oppression, we would be doing what the Most High willed us to do. But we are following man's laws, statutes, and commandments, and not the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So Charlie Kirk was used by the Most High to play his part in prophecy. And we need to show them that we understand that. Of course, God has some doing in it because God is the all-seeing Yahweh, Yahuwah, the Most High Elohim. Yes, had a hand in this because it's nothing done without his will. When you talk about Satan, go to Job. Satan say he was walking to and fro, looking. But it has to be done by the will of the Most High. And with that being said, we've always had voices speaking out for us. You know, starting with Yahushua, as the world calls ignorantly Jesus Christ. We always had a voice for us. All the prophets. We always had voices that speak out for us, what they call today martyrs. Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, MLK. We've always had voices that would speak up for our nation of people. But we've gotten so intertwined and wanting to be intertwined till we don't know what it's like to be separated. There's nothing wrong with that. We are supposed to be a separated people. We're supposed to have our own royalties, serving our God, our Elohim, our Yahuwah. We're supposed to. That's how it is written in the scriptures. So, again, Charlie came to play his part. And now it's time for us to start being voices of our people. And we are speaking up and we are speaking out, but we need to come together collectively in unity. What I did notice was at that memorial, I seen how little of a time from the time he was shot to the time of that memorial, how they filled the stadium. I would love to see us do that. And it doesn't have to be in the name of someone being shot. Just to come together and get that power from that unity, from that union. That's what the Most High is waiting for, us to come together. And we have to do that. And again, according to scripture, there's some that's not going to get it. There's some that's going to be left behind. And I don't mean from their rapture that they were saying. See, that's the things I'm saying, the things I'm talking about. Their mentality when it comes to scriptures and how they want to flip it to benefit them. And then, too, I don't know what God they're serving. Because even within the scriptures, there were other gods. I don't know what God they're serving. And it's not for me to know. It's for me to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments that the Most High Elohim. Because we have to be blind, deaf, and dumb to read the scriptures, hear the scriptures, because there's audio now. You can have the scriptures read to you. And ask for discernment and read about the Israelites, captivity, oppression. We're the only nation of people that have those similarities. I give thanks for my father for teaching me this as a young child, for my grandmother telling me we are the people of the book. I didn't know the extent of it at that time because I was going to the churches. And I've seen where the churches have failed our people. It's high time past of sugarcoating. There's no more sugarcoating. They have failed our people. Our people are, especially our young women, our single mothers, our single women are unaliving themselves from the Caribbeans to the United States and to the continent because of the oppression, because of the depression. We have so many things to worry about within our nation till we should not worry about the Charlie Kirks. There was a war when they were snatching up land back. This was during the Maccabean time, I think. Yeah, during that era. They were snatching up lands, going to war, and we were fighting amongst ourselves. And I'm thinking it's Titus. Don't quote me on this. And I'm thinking it was during the time of Alexander the Great. And the question came about, what of the Israelites? And it basically said, this is not word for word, don't quote me, but it basically said, to put it in a nutshell, they killing each other. You know what I'm saying? They killing each other. We ain't got to worry about them. But we're going to take this land over here right now. And then we're going to go over here and we're going to get this. And then we're going to capture this. Rape, pillage, as they have always done. This is nothing new. When are we going to get tired of they sitting back watching us kill each other instead of give each other life? It's time to wake up. This is not the time to play. It's not. So, what do I think about Charlie Kirk? Nothing. because he's not here for my nation of people. He's here for his nation of people. You know, it's the Most High showing us, revealing to us their mindsets, what they're thinking, where they're at, what they're trying to do. He's revealing things to us to help us in our awakening, to open our eyes, to say, ain't nothing really changed. Nothing has really changed. None whatsoever. You know, if more companies come about, yeah, there's going to be more jobs. But it's not your company. You know, banks, it's not our banks. Schools, they're not our schools. What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. Depression is caused by oppression. Research it. Just ask Google, does oppression cause depression? And you'll be shocked with the answer you would get. And if oppression can cause depression, what pill could they give me to help medicate that? There's none. There's none. There's the will of the Most High. You know, we go through these oppressed times, we suffer, and we get to the point to sometimes we just wanna die. We just wanna unalive ourselves. I actually started thinking, well, maybe society is murdering us. You know, they gave that term suicide. They're driving you to it. And some people can't hold on mentally. That's why we have to protect this mind. We got to protect this, the whole body. It's a must that we do. You know, he even revealed, but they took these books out of the scriptures. King James 16:11, you can find it. Actually, you can find it in a today's Catholic Holy Bible. How do the Catholics get these books? And it's a norm within their nation of people. And they take them out, they remove them. Because in these books are revealed things that we are truly dealing with in today's time. Tobit chapter 3 gave us 2 instances of a man and a female wanting to die. With Sarah, the daughter of Raquel, she wanted to strangle herself. What is that? What is strangle? Come on now. She wanted to strangle herself. Tobit was just stressed to the point you can't get stressed no more. Begging the Most High to take his life. So this is nothing new. Remember, nothing new under the sun. How many times? Hey, nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. Literally, nothing new under the sun. You know, asking me my thoughts on Charlie Kirk when within 2 weeks, I've seen across media 3 sisters trying to unalive themselves. because they either don't have support, not understanding the world that we live in, not spiritually grounded, being taught all sorts of things, and going to social media to reach out, to cry for help. You know, and one family member of one of the young ladies, Zion, wrote in a chat, we can drive across the country to a funeral, but not right around the corner to check on someone. Why is that? Why is that? My mom always said, give me my flowers while I'm living. Don't wait until I'm gone to come stand over me with tears rolling down your face. No, don't do that. Give me my flowers while I'm living and celebrate me when I'm gone. In every aspect. But it's time for us to draw together. It's time for us to wake up. Those of us that were meant to come together, it's time. It is time of being separated here, there, and there. From what I read as far as Yahweh Shai, as the world, who the world calls Jesus Christ, walked the earth, got to know people, but they're tricking us with this here right here. These videos, so you can sit in the comfort of your own hand. You ain't got to touch, you ain't got to give a person a hug to make them feel like they have someone. You know what I'm saying? We stopped all of that once when they came out with cyberspace, trust me, they knew they were creating a whole nother world. We always look at new technology when it come out and want to explore it because it's something new and not think, why? Why would you implement this? Why are you giving us these platforms? Platform, if you really research that word, is just a stage. Why are you giving us these stages to come perform on? To expose ourselves. You know, half the time they don't have to look for you because they know where you at. By IP address. We really need to wake up. Honestly. Honestly. So, until next time, and as I said, EPINNA'S, when I started this, I wanted it to be for the whole body, including just from top to bottom, from your head to your feet, inside out. Yeah. Peace and blessings, much respect, and just think about it. Honestly, just think about these words.